There are times in life when you feel surrounded by confusion. You're doing everything right, or so you think, but nothing seems to fall into place. It feels like the more you pray, the more distant the answers become. The more you try, the more complicated life gets. And in those moments, it's easy to ask, why me? But what we often forget is that just because we don't see the full picture doesn't mean there isn't one. Just because something doesn't make sense to us doesn't mean it doesn't make sense to Allah. He is not waiting to figure it out. He already knows. Before the trial even touched you, before the heartache ever came, before the door was ever shut, He had already written what comes after. You see, we live in a world where we're obsessed with control. We want to manage every detail, plan every step, see every outcome. But life doesn't work that way. Allah is not in need of our understanding to implement His plan. He doesn't owe us an explanation to carry out His wisdom. And that's where true belief is tested. It's not in the moments of ease. It's in the moments where everything is uncertain. When the road is foggy and you don't know which direction to turn, that's when your heart must remember. Your heart is heavy with confusion. When people around you are moving forward while you feel stuck, that's when you must believe the strongest. Because maybe the silence you're hearing is not abandonment, it's planning. Maybe the delays you're facing are not rejection, they're protection. Maybe the closed doors are not punishment, they are mercy you can't yet understand. Allah sees what's around the corner, you don't. And that's a good thing. That's mercy, that's divine love. Sometimes He blocks your path not to stop you from succeeding, but to protect you from something you don't see coming. You may want something badly, and you might even feel it's right for you. But Allah knows the consequences you can't see. He knows what that job will do to your soul. He knows what that relationship will do to your peace. He knows what that opportunity will do to your heart. And so He removes it, He blocks it, He diverts you. Not to harm you, but to guide you to something better. Life isn't about knowing what comes next. It's about knowing that the one who does is doing what's best for you. Even when the path feels unfamiliar. Even when the future looks blurry. Nothing is hidden from the Creator. He is not surprised by your pain. He is not unaware of your fears. He is not absent from your confusion. Every detail of your life has already been measured by the one who never makes a mistake. This world is filled with uncertainty, but Allah's plan is not uncertain. It is precise. It is purposeful. It is perfectly timed. So when you feel like your life is off track, remember, Allah doesn't make wrong turns. He doesn't take detours. And if He's silent, it's not because He forgot. It's because He's working in ways you can't yet see. What's hidden from you is not hidden from Him. It's easy to believe when the sun is shining, when everything is going according to plan, when the doors open one by one and blessings come without delay. That kind of belief is natural. That kind of trust is effortless. But real trust, true submission to Allah, happens when the path goes dark. When you're forced to walk forward without knowing where your foot will land. When your heart wants answers, but all you're getting is silence. That's when trust is tested. That's when faith becomes real. Allah does not promise that the journey will be easy. He doesn't promise that we'll always understand His plan. What He promises is that if you trust Him, He will never abandon you. He will never leave you empty. He will never let your patience go to waste, but you have to hold firm when everything around you tempts you to let go. You have to walk with conviction even when your eyes are filled with tears. You have to believe that there is light ahead even when all you can see is darkness. When you're praying night after night with no answer, when you're asking for direction but the road remains unclear, That's when trust matters the most. It's not a test of your prayers. It's a test of your belief in the one you're praying to. Do you really believe he hears you? Do you really believe he cares? Because if you do, don't rush to question. Don't let the whispers of doubt cloud your faith. Remind yourself that trust means walking blindfolded, but holding tightly to the rope of Allah. Trust means crying, but still believing. Trust means falling to your knees in tears, but getting up with renewed strength. Trust means accepting the unknown, not because you understand it, but because you know who controls it. It's in these moments of uncertainty that Allah is closest to you. He's watching, He's listening, He's guiding you gently, even if you can't feel it. Your job is not to figure everything out. Your job is to trust that Allah already has. Your role is not to know every detail. Your role is to stay patient and keep moving forward. Because what feels like a setback may be the very thing that saves you. What feels like an ending may be the beginning of a better chapter. What feels like being lost may actually be the path to being found. One of the hardest things for a human being to do is wait. We live in a world that celebrates speed, that pushes for instant gratification. And yet, the plan of Allah unfolds not with haste, but with wisdom. When you ask for something and it doesn't arrive right away, the heart may begin to panic. You may begin to wonder, is my dua not accepted? Did I do something wrong? Why is Allah not giving me what I asked for? But you must remind your soul that Allah is never late. His delay is never a denial. His waiting period is never wasted time. It is preparation, it is mercy in disguise. It is His way of shaping you into someone who can handle what you've prayed for. Sometimes the problem is not the blessing, is that we are not yet ready for it. Imagine giving a priceless gift to someone who isn't mature enough to handle it. That gift could harm them more than help them. And so, before Allah hands you the gift, He strengthens your hands. He tests your patience. He deepens your understanding. He increases your gratitude. He refines your character. Because what you're asking for may require a stronger version of you. You might be praying for success, but He's building resilience. You might be asking for love, but He's teaching you self-worth. You might be waiting on a job, but He's preparing you to walk with humility when the title comes. The delay is not a punishment. It is an act of love. It's easy to believe that delay means rejection, but with Allah, delay often means protection. There are things you've asked for that you couldn't see the full picture of. That business you wanted to start right now might lead you to arrogance if given too soon. That person you think is right for you might break your heart if Allah doesn't intervene. That opportunity you chase might close more doors than it opens. So Allah withholds it, not to deprive you, but to prepare you. Not to make you suffer, but to make sure your soul is ready. If we truly understood how much love is hidden in the waiting, we would stop rushing the plan of Allah. We would start asking not just for things to happen, but for the wisdom to be patient, for the strength to grow through the delay, for the insight to see that the season of waiting is not empty. It's full of unseen work. Your character is being molded. Your heart is being conditioned. Your soul is being tuned to align with your destiny. So do not hate the wait. Embrace it. Live through it. Your prayers are like seeds planted in the soil of divine wisdom. You may not see the sprout today, but that doesn't mean the roots aren't forming. You may not feel the growth, but that doesn't mean it's not happening. Allah is working behind the scenes, arranging things, moving people, shifting circumstances, all in your favor. And when the time is right, not when you want it, but when He knows it's best, the tree will blossom, the doors will open, the blessings will arrive in ways you couldn't even imagine. So much of the stress we carry in life comes from this illusion that everything is random, that life is just a series of coincidences, that maybe we're just drifting without direction. But that's not the truth. The truth is every breath you take, every tear you cry, every smile you give is written. Nothing happens by accident. Not a single leaf falls from a tree without the permission of Allah. And if that is true, then what makes you think the events in your life are random? What makes you think the struggle you faced was meaningless? What makes you think the loss you endured was without purpose? Allah is Al-Khaym, the most wise. That means every moment in your life is crafted with divine intelligence. The people you meet, the doors that open, the doors that close, the blessings that come, the blessings that go. Every single one of them fits into a plan that is far bigger than what your eyes can see. And just because you don't understand it doesn't mean it lacks purpose. You might not see the wisdom today, but one day you look back and say, Subhanallah, that's why it had to happen the way it did. You have to start trusting that your future is not in the hands of chance. It's in the hands of the one who created you. The same Lord who knew you before you were born. The same one who kept your heart beating through every night you thought you wouldn't survive. The same one who gave you breath even when you were broken. Maybe it will corrupt your intentions. Maybe it will distract you from your true purpose. So He removes it. And it hurts. It confuses you. But He removed it because He sees your entire story beginning to end. And He loves you too much to let you settle for something less than what you were created for. Life isn't about getting what you want when you want it. It's about trusting that what you're meant to have will find you in the time that is meant to come. It's about letting go of control. Already being written. And the author of your story is the most merciful, the most loving, the most wise. There is a freedom that comes with surrender. A peace that arises when you finally stop trying to control every detail. When you stop trying to write your own story with a pen that was never yours to begin with. Life becomes heavy when you carry it alone. When you try to predict every outcome, prepare for every twist, and protect yourself from every turn. But when you remember that Allah is the author, the planner, the one in charge of what's next, your heart can finally breathe. You don't need to know how everything will turn out. You don't need to solve every problem today. Your job is to surrender, to trust, to say, Ya Allah, I don't know what tomorrow holds, but I know you hold tomorrow. That's not weakness. That's strength. That's courage. That's faith. You're not giving up control, you're giving it back to the one who always had it. Surrender doesn't mean you stop trying. It means you try with reliance on Him. It means you plan with humility, knowing that the final decision is always in His hands. It means you pray with an open heart, but accept whatever answer He gives. Because sometimes His no is saving you. Sometimes His silence is building you. Sometimes His delay is writing a better chapter. When you surrender, you don't fear the unknown. You don't panic at closed doors. You don't break when things don't go your way. Because you've trained your heart. Over and over again. But once you taste it, once you experience that kind of trust, it changes you. You walk differently. You speak differently. You let go of things that used to break you. You stop chasing what was never meant for you. and you start living with a quiet confidence, a calm beneath the chaos, because your soul knows it's being guided, not by your own understanding, but by divine wisdom. Not by your fears, but by faith. Not by your calculations, but by Allah's mercy. Surrender is not a destination, it's a daily practice. Every morning you wake up and hand your day to Allah. Every night you sleep knowing He's guarding what you love. And in between, you live with purpose, but without panic. You dream with hope, but without obsession. You plan with effort, but without anxiety. Because at the end of the day, the one writing your story is not distant, he is close. Closer than your own heartbeat. Closer than your own worries. And he loves you more than you love yourself. When you walk through life carrying burdens that feel too heavy, when your heart aches for answers you don't have, when your future feels like a question mark, and the silence of the unknown grows louder each day, reach the right one. Nothing escapes His knowledge, and nothing unfolds without His permission. You don't have to live your life in fear of what's to come. You don't need to exhaust yourself trying to control what was never yours to control. What matters is that you turn to Him with sincerity, that you put your trust in Him when the road is clear, and even more so when it's not. That you hold on to His rope when the winds of life threaten to sweep you away. That you whisper His name, not only in your gratitude, but also in your confusion, your heartbreak, your waiting. Your story is already written, not in ink that fades, but in divine wisdom that never errs. The parts that confuse you today will make sense one day. The tears you cry today will water the soil of your future. And the moments that feel like endings are often the very beginnings that lead you to where you're meant to be. Allah is not preparing something small for you. He is preparing something that aligns with the purity of your heart, the depth of your patience, the strength of your faith. But you must walk with Him. You must let Him guide you. So pause your worry, release your fear. Embrace the unknown, not because you understand it, but because you believe in the one who controls it. Your future is not random, it is not chaotic, it is written by the one who knows you better than you know yourself. And whatever is next for you, know that it's already known, already planned, already protected, and already perfect in the hands of Allah.